Now on 4 News Now at 6, a fire in North Idaho leaves a family with nothing.
It's like losing a part of your soul.
We'll show you how the community is coming together and what lies ahead on their long road to recovery.
2 years later, Gray and Oregon Road fire survivors are still rebuilding their lives. We'll show you the stories of hope and resilience and the scars that still remain.
Summer is fading fast, but I'm tracking a warming trend in the First Alert forecast. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get by the weekend.
These pictures, taken 2 years ago, are etched into the memories of not only the survivors of the Gray and Oregon Road fires, but everyone across the inland Northwest. You're looking at video of just one of the hundreds of homes that was destroyed in Elk and Medical Lake as the Gray fire became one of the most destructive in Washington state history. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Millions of dollars have already been spent helping survivors rebuild, but so much work still lies ahead. Madeline Mullins spoke to the Elk community today about what has been done in the last 2 years and the long road of recovery that still remains.
2 years ago, Karen Hayworth lost her home in the Oregon Road fire.
I mean, I wake up in the morning a lot of the time, just the other morning, and reliving that day.
Pictures, antiques, irreplaceable items all went up in flames. Just thinking about it still brings her to tears.
I think that if I had realized it in complete total, I probably would have died. It would have been too much of a shock.
The recovery process has been slow. She hasn't been able to rebuild her house yet, so since the fire, she has lived here in these two sheds.
It would be nice to live in a regular home.
And Hayworth is not the only person here in Elk who is yet to rebuild. Many people here are still in RVs or camping on their property, hoping to one day rebuild their home. The Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group is a local organization that is helping the hundreds of people who lost everything in both the Gray and Oregon Road fires.
And so our group in the last 2 years has brought in several $1 million of help from the state and the federal to try to help those who need the help the most.
Spokane County has accepted $44 million in federal funding for those recovering from these fires. How this money will be allocated has not been decided yet. This group hopes to receive some of this money to help people like Hayworth.
It doesn't seem like it's been very long at all, like it just happened yesterday, to all that. Those emotions. And I don't think they'll ever go away. You know, I'm always going to miss living in that house.
Despite all of this loss, Hayworth says she keeps moving forward, hoping that one day this plot of land will hold her home once again. In Elk, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
And in the wake of this tragedy, we saw the Inland Northwest band together to help those who lost everything.
From veterans to local nonprofits to our own Extreme team doing what they could to bring families one step closer to their lives returning to normal.
The mindset of that we want to help the homeowners recover from this, get back to some sense of normalcy.
Once all of the debris was cleared, families could start to rebuild.
And today, some survivors are in their new homes, but many of them had to jump through hoops to get there, including Rose Hutchinson and her son. We first met Rose in 2024. This was all that was left of her home, and she was still living in an RV. That's because she, like so many others, was underinsured. Rose wasn't sure if they could ever afford to rebuild. At the time, they did everything they could just to stay warm. 17 months later, she was able to buy this home, and she was thankful that she and her son wouldn't have to spend another winter in that RV.
I broke down crying, thinking that we don't have to suffer anymore. We don't have to be out in the cold.
Those fires didn't just destroy homes. Last week, we met Sidney Rogers Jr., an Air Force veteran, who tells us he watched a lifelong dream go up in flames.
We had 10 maple trees on each side going up that were all doing really well. That was the dream, is to have a maple tree driveway going up.
And he's now slowly replanting and rebuilding that dream. Rogers says he hopes to have all the trees replaced by next year. And as we look back on two of the most devastating wildfires in our region, fire crews are busy tonight battling another one.
The Sunset Fire is currently burning in Bonner County. For one family, it has taken everything from them.
It's not there anymore. It's gone. 45 years. 45 years of my heart.
We'll show you how the community is coming together to help coming up tonight in our 6:30 half hour. All right, cooler weather and even a few showers helped firefighters over the weekend.
But Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is tracking a warming trend this week. So, Chris, how hot is it going to get?
Well, it is going to get more than 10 degrees hotter than what it was today. And we were back in the 80s after a few days in the 70s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 82 for a high in Spokane, 84 in Coeur d'Alene. Stayed in the 70s in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, 73, where we had some lingering rain showers through a good portion of the afternoon. 83 in Pullman and 91 degrees in Lewiston. Tomorrow we're going to be closer to 90, 88 in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, 88 degrees in Ritzville, as well as Moses Lake, 90 in Bonners Ferry and 97 degrees in Lewiston. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures ranging from 86 in Spirit Lake as well as Airway Heights to 91 degrees in Meade. Taking a look at your Tuesday planner, 59 degrees to start the day, on our way to a high in the upper 80s. 84 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, Chris, we'll see you then. More colleges are now required to post information about campus hazing because of new federal laws. A campus hazing database is compiling all of that information into a tool for parents and students. Hazinginfo.org says it went from having data from 170 schools to 1,500 this year. Its website has hazing prevention policies and reporting forms. Hazing Info's founder is the parent of a WSU student who died in a hazing incident. She believes making this information available to everyone will save lives.
What I know from my experience is that many colleges and universities already know who the bad actors are on their campus in terms of student groups that haze, and we are asking for them to bring that into the light.
Starting in late December, all colleges and universities will be required to publish reports of hazing incidents dating back to July of this year.
A judge is blocking the city of Moscow from releasing certain records in the University of Idaho murders case. The judge issued a temporary order prohibiting the city from sharing any photos or video showing the inside of Madison Mogen's bedroom. The move comes after Mogen's mother filed a petition following Moscow's release of redacted crime scene photos. The judge said some unreleased material, including body camera video, could be an invasion of privacy. City officials say no further documents will be released until a final decision has been made. Well, several states are now banning SNAP benefits from being used on things like soda, candy, and even some fruit drinks.
What that will mean for millions of families who rely on food assistance. Plus, the city of Spokane could require construction worker companies to work with unions. Why supporters say this will help keep money in the city, while critics warn it might slow down major projects. That's next on 4 News Now at 6.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Each month, 4 News Now is focusing on a topic that's important to our community by helping to get the message out. This is good for you to know. In Spokane, one charter school is redefining education with a unique approach that puts students' choices first while offering smaller class sizes.
The relationship between students and staff is really different. It's a lot more personal because there's less of us.
I really just liked it here. I walked in, I'm like, wow, this is impressive.
With a community-driven focus, open and inclusive classrooms, student-driven projects, and a focus on the arts, innovation isn't your typical high school experience.
This school has made me genuinely feel prepared for the future.
The teachers here, I love them all. They're all like amazing people.
Innovation High School is a tuition-free public high school right here in Spokane, now enrolling students in grades 9 through 12. See their unique approach to education firsthand.
You feel a lot more connected. It doesn't really feel like school. It just feels like another place that I go in my day-to-day life.
Schedule a tour to see why students are choosing innovation.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Well, tonight, the Spokane City Council is looking at an ordinance that would impact large construction projects around the city.
And it would require contractors bidding on projects over $5 million to sign a community workforce agreement. Mary Sheridan is live in downtown Spokane tonight to explain what this agreement means and whose jobs are at stake.
Well, this community workforce agreement would require union representation for contractors bidding on large city works projects. Projects like the Post Street Bridge that was renovated just a year ago. And unions across Spokane say that this is the only way to ensure fair working conditions. But some contractors are warning that this would reduce the competition that keeps construction costs low. Tonight, Spokane City Council members will hear testimonies for and against the Public Dollars for Public Benefit ordinance.
This ordinance is not good for Spokane, and it's not good for our workers. It's just not good policy.
Keely Friesen is the owner and CEO of Vertical Options. She and her husband are open shop contractors, so their employees are not part of a union.
More than 80% of construction workforce is working currently for an open shop contractor. So in the state of Washington, people have already made their choice.
Friesen believes that the proposal would increase costs because fewer contractors could bid on these large community projects. But supporters of this ordinance disagree.
Data from across the country shows that project labor agreements and community workforce agreements reduces project cost and does not decrease the bidder pool.
Laurel Fish is a part of the Spokane Alliance, a collection of unions and community groups. The organization believes it would create job opportunities for local workers from low-income or underserved regions.
It creates a pipeline of folks into the trades, and it creates a set of terms and conditions that parties agree to before a project starts.
And tonight is the first reading of the ordinance known as the Public Dollars for Public Benefits. It's scheduled for a vote next Monday, August 25th. Reporting live in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
All right, Mary, thank you. Well, more kids are playing high school sports nationwide. A new survey shows more than 8.2 million of them participated in the last year. That's up nearly 200,000 from the year before. The biggest jump came from girls flag football, now sanctioned as an official sport in Washington, along with record numbers in girls wrestling. Even non-traditional sports like unified teams and esports are seeing more students take part. Experts say it shows just how much value students and communities place on sports, and schools are adding more ways to let them play.
This evening, temperatures in the 80s through 7 o'clock, but then a nice drop, 72 at 9, 67 at 11 o'clock with mostly clear skies and light winds. We've got hotter weather in the forecast. I'll tell you all about it.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kootenai Health.
This year marks a powerful milestone, 90 years of Social Security. Since President Roosevelt signed it into law in 1935, it's been a cornerstone of economic security. Over the past 9 decades, not a single payment has been missed. That's not just reliability. It's a testament to the strength and success of one of America's most trusted institutions. AARP Spokane invites you to a celebration event on August 14th. Gather with your neighbors, meet new friends, and take action to protect what you've earned. Find out more and register at this website. Hi, I'm Matt Gray with 4 News Now. For families with teenagers, here are some tips that can teach them more about money management.
Help them create a spending plan for their allowance or set up a game with a set amount of money. Work together on a budget process for a family party or an upcoming vacation. Allow them to make some decisions about expenses. Talk about how some of their choices will impact the rest of the budget for the event.
There are lots of great ways to teach your kids about money. For more tips, go to becu.org.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
For over 50 years, North Idaho Urology has been the trusted leader in urological care. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatment, our expert team is dedicated to your health every step of the way. With cutting-edge technology, personalized care, and locations in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Sandpoint, we're here when you need us most. Don't wait. Early detection saves lives. Schedule your appointment today at niurology.com or call 208-667-0621.
The story shook the nation. Gabby Petito, first missing, then gone at the hands of her fiancé. And now, the inspiring and amazing story of her family turning their pain into purpose and driving real change. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
All right, welcome back. There are a few new words that have just been added to the dictionary that you may or may not need to know about.
You don't need to know these words. We don't need to know these words. There's a good chance your kids may know them and may be using them. That word, the first one, is skibbity. And here's what it means, apparently. According to my producer, Steven, it's a word that can have different meanings like cool or bad. And it can also be used with no real meaning, kind of like a joke. So it's not the easiest to define, and it seems like it's just used to describe different things.
If you have like a late elementary or middle school student, they're definitely been using skibbity for a while now. Other words added include tradwife and delulu, which is short for delusional. So there you go.
And if you've seen White Lotus, you know all about delulu.
Did they say that? I did watch that, but I don't remember.
Parker Posey makes quite a few references to being delulu.
Okay, she was a bit delulu. Skibbity. All right, I will proceed with the weather, trying to just use the vocabulary that I currently possess. 82 degrees in Spokane right now. Partly cloudy skies, very pretty skies. Sunset tonight just a few minutes before 8 o'clock, and it should be a pretty one. 83 right now in Coeur d'Alene with partly cloudy skies. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be warmer and sunnier tomorrow. Wednesday, a little bit on the breezy side, and our warming trend takes a dip, but then it picks up again, and it is going to be hot this weekend. The 90s return, not just the 90s, but the mid-90s. Our highs so far this month, we have been in the mid-90s last week. In fact, the first part of the week in the 90s. Then we dropped down below average Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with temperatures in the 70s. Today, our high so far has been 82, but we are heading into the orange numbers. Above average temperatures starting tomorrow. Our high temperature trend 88 tomorrow. Pretty good jump from today. As I mentioned, Wednesday our winds pick up and we see our temperatures moderate a little bit, and then things really start warming up. We'll be in the mid-90s for Saturday and Sunday, staying in the 90s through Monday. This white line down here is average. By this time next week, our average high is 82. On our satellite and radar, we did have a few sprinkles this morning around the region, and those lingered along the Canadian border through the afternoon, but we are dry now and the last of the clouds will be clearing. Here's what's going on, our weather pattern tracking it. Currently, we are in this southwesterly flow over the region. Low pressure off to the east, high pressure to the west, high pressure down to the south and east. This low pressure is going to be crossing Canada as high pressure builds. And in between there, we are going to be seeing some gusty winds on Wednesday and a little bit of a dip in our temperatures. Not much of one, but our warming trend will stall briefly. And then high pressure amplifies over the region toward the end of the work week and into the weekend. And that's what's going to be sending our temperatures into the 90s, the mid 90s in your planning forecast. Breezy on Wednesday, not windy, but breezy. Wind gusts right now look like they'll be in the 20-25 mile per hour range in the afternoon. And then calm conditions, clear conditions and hot conditions starting Friday and continuing right on through the weekend and beyond. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. In this week's Money Saving Monday, we're talking about buy now, pay later loans. People are using them for just about everything from big ticket items, even groceries. And while companies like Klarna or Affirm usually offer no interest or fees if you make your payments on time, financial experts warn, make sure you know what you're signing up for, especially since these will now be included on your credit score.
So the benefit could be that if you use these well, you might see a boost in your credit score. The downside of that is if you don't use them well, now it's very likely that you're going to see a negative impact to your credit score.
Experts say the more complexity you add to your payment life, the more likely you will be late on some of those payments. Returns are also different. You don't get your money back immediately like with cash or a credit card. So experts suggest that you ask yourself before you make that purchase if you're comfortable keeping it or if you are likely to return it. Washingtonians have been voting by mail for years, but that could soon change.
Why President Donald Trump says it needs to come to an end. And is it about health or taking away choices? Several states are cracking down on what families can buy with SNAP benefits. The growing debate next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now's Get Outside Guide is brought to you by Click It RV.
The Davenport Hotels invite you to a signature weekend of culinary delights, September 26th through the 28th. Join us for the Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival, taking place in downtown Spokane with multiple events offered throughout the weekend. Purchase any festival ticket and receive a 20% discount code to stay at one of the Davenport properties. Information can be found on the Davenport Hotel Collections website under the Experiences tab. The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival this September, sponsored in part by Windermere Real Estate, BECU, and 4 News Now.
It's that time of year again. Time to donate to Coats for Kids. Kootenai Health is a proud sponsor of the first Coats for Kids opening day at the North Idaho Fair. Bring a new or gently used coat to the fair on August 21st and receive free admission, compliments of Kootenai Health. Help kids in need this winter and make sure they have a warm coat to go outside when the weather turns cold. Coats for Kids, keeping kids warm for almost 40 years.
Thanks to Kootenai Health, leading the way in advanced health care for our region.
For over 100 years, we've gathered here. Dusty boots meet blue ribbons, and fair food meets family tradition.
At the North Idaho State Fair, we're not just making memories, we're keeping tradition alive. Join us August 15th through the 24th for the best 10 full days of unforgettable memories right here in North Idaho. Get your tickets now at nisfair.fun for the North Idaho State Fair, presented by ICCU.
Whether you're a homeowner creating your dream space or a pro managing multiple projects, discover a new way to shop at Ferguson Home, where great ideas become stunning spaces. Ferguson Home is designed for the way you want to shop. Explore the best selection of bath, kitchen, and lighting products online, or experience items firsthand in one of our showrooms. Our experts offer personalized support every step of the way. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. Shop top brands like Electrolux or find your local showroom at fergusonhome.com.
Congrats, Carol. Your youngest finally popped the question. Now is the time to get your smile back with new dentures. Because you need a smile that matches the moment. For peace of mind, Aspen Dental offers a denture money-back guarantee. So if you don't love your dentures, we'll make them right, or you'll get your money back. Plus, enjoy 25% off all custom-crafted dentures, helping mothers of grooms feel their best. It's one more way Aspen Dental is always in your corner.
Well, another 6 states have joined Idaho in banning SNAP benefits from being used to buy certain processed foods and drinks like soda and candy.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the assistance is meant to provide healthy food for low-income families. He says these processed foods fuel America's diabetes and chronic disease epidemics. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez explains the impact of these changes.
SNAP is the largest anti-hunger program in America, providing assistance to low-income individuals. The HHA secretary and other leaders say this new move encourages people to buy healthier items, but experts tell me that's an oversimplification of how Americans access food.
Our department has encouraged states to think differently and creatively about how to solve the many health issues facing Americans.
Earlier this month, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Colorado, and West Virginia were granted new waivers to restrict the purchase of so-called junk food with Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits starting in 2026. They joined 6 other states that have already received the waivers.
U.S. taxpayers should not be paying to feed kids foods, the poorest kids in our country, with foods that are going to give them diabetes.
Of the states that have been granted waivers so far, most will restrict the use of SNAP funds on soft drinks or sodas, while at least 8 restrict candy purchases. Some also prohibit food benefits from being used on energy drinks. And in Arkansas, the purchase of fruit and vegetable drinks with less than 50% natural juice.
These restrictions, they don't solve hunger or improve health. They only limit choices for people who already face barriers.
Cavell Christie says if healthier communities is the goal, the answer isn't controlling grocery carts. She says families do want healthier foods, but they're often inaccessible or too expensive.
There's also the barrier of not having places that actually sell those type of healthier food options in a lot of communities.
A USDA report from 2021 found 88% of SNAP recipients say they face some type of barrier to achieving a healthy diet throughout the month. The most common barrier is affordability. Recipients receive on average about $185 a month, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
And it's not just junk food. RFK also wants to ban the use of pesticides. But according to an upcoming report obtained by ABC, it instead calls for a more targeted and precise application.
Something is poisoning the American people. And we know that the primary culprits are changing food supply, the switch to highly chemical intensive processed foods.
The health department is declining to verify the draft's authenticity, with the White House saying unless officially released, it is speculative literature. While many have pushed for pesticides to be removed, questioning the impact to health, some groups lobbied against new recommendations.
There is no chance that our current system of agriculture can survive without those crop protection tools.
The full report is expected to be released later this year.
Still ahead, a lifetime of memories gone in minutes as fire takes everything from one North Idaho couple. But what happened next is something they never expected.
How a tight-knit community and total strangers are helping them rebuild more than just a house. That's next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Parker Toyota, Toyota trucks aren't just vehicles, they're a tradition built on performance, reliability, and unmatched durability. That legacy lives on in every new Tundra and Tacoma, powered by innovation, loaded with advanced technology, and ready for whatever the Northwest brings.
The same high standards that built these legendary trucks guide our customer service, because tradition isn't just preserved, it's lived.
Toyota trucks, built for generations at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been making homes more energy efficient and beautiful. And right now, during our anniversary sale, we're offering financing where you can replace up to 10 windows and a patio door for just $199 a month. Or you can add a new roof with the window package for $399 a month. And if you want a trifecta of roof, windows, and new siding, how does $799 a month sound? At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Nothing says summer better than spending time on your deck. From the afternoon barbecues to the late night socials, the deck has become the most fun place to be. And nobody knows decking better than the pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
From composite to PVC or wood decking to beautiful railing options. If you're looking for a great new deck, Windsor has the best selection at the best prices.
Windsor Plywood.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Moo Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Moo Fitness.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The Sunset Fire has destroyed several structures in North Idaho and continues to burn over 3,000 acres. It's the biggest wildfire in our region so far this summer. One couple lost a home their family built decades ago, and they're not sure what's next for them.
But the community is rallying around them and helping them get back on their feet. That home was just north of Athol near Lake Pend Oreille. Level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation orders are still in place for this fire. Derek Strom spoke with the couple still grieving the loss of their home.
Everything that used to sit on the property Rick Kasten and his family lived on for decades is gone. The Sunset Fire destroyed the home he helped build 45 years ago, as well as cars and everything else he owned.
It's like losing a part of your soul. And that place, my time there, was a part of me.
And it was part of you.
Kasten lived with Isabel De Silva in that house for the last 14 years, and they're not sure if they're going to rebuild. Kasten says he wanted to retire soon, but isn't sure that can happen anymore.
I turned 66 years old this year, and I thought I was winding down so that I could just take some time and not work so hard.
De Silva has worked at the Northern Dance Academy for the last 8 years, where she's known as Miss Isabel. When the owners of the Dance Academy heard she lost her home, they organized a fundraiser and helped bring in donations.
Both Isabel and Rick say they're extremely grateful for the way the community stepped up to help them in their time of need, including people that they've never even met that have stopped at the studio here to drop off donations.
It goes beyond the people whose names I know and whose dancers I love. There's been outpouring from friends of friends of friends of strangers. And
so far, over $8,000 has been raised. Kasten and De Silva say people have gifted them far more blankets, clothes, and boxes of food than they know what to do with.
we thank every single one of you for the ways that you have embraced us. And we have a long, long journey ahead of us.
In Dalton Gardens, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, a man in Spokane is now in jail for assault, rape, and kidnapping. Investigators say 36-year-old Taylor Gudgel first hit a man with his car Thursday night near Green and Sprague. That victim was found in the street with injuries. Then Friday morning, a relative reported a woman may have been abducted. Police say she had an active protection order against Gudgel, and SWAT officers later found both Gudgel and the woman inside a home on East 26th Avenue. He was taken into custody. The woman was taken to the hospital.
All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker now with a look at your first alert forecast.
Oh, we have some hot weather in the 7-day forecast, something we haven't seen a lot of this summer. Our average temperature for this summer, Memorial Day to today, just over 82 degrees. Our average for that time is just over 82 degrees. We're just a couple tenths of an inch away, or not inch, of degree away from average. Average air quality has been in the good range, even though we have had some times where it hasn't been great. We've had 0 100-degree or higher days. We average 1. We do have some hot weather coming, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting into that territory. Maybe the mid-90s, our high temperature trend over the next 7 days. We're going to be above average through the 7-day forecast. 80s for the next 3 days, and then lower to mid-90s from Friday through a warm, sunny summer weekend, something that we are running out of as we get closer to the end of summer. Enjoy tomorrow's pool day, blue skies, sunshine, light winds, and a high of 88. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, back to school season is right around the corner, and your kids are invited to get a free haircut in Spokane Valley and Post Falls. The Man Shop is hosting its second annual free back to school haircut event this Sunday, August 24th, and next Monday, August 25th. It gives students ages 5 to 18 complimentary haircuts to get them looking fresh for the new school year. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Spokane Valley location on East Sprague on Sunday. Then on Monday, it's at the Post Falls location on South Beck Road, also from 10 to 2. All services are provided on a first-come, first-served basis. The dates, times, and locations are all listed on KXLY.com.
And with kids going back to school, that means summer is slowly coming to an end, and before we know it, it'll be time to break out the coats. This week, you'll have a chance to go to the North Idaho State Fair for free while helping families in our community in need. This Thursday, we will be collecting new and gently used coats for our annual Coats for Kids drive. Anyone who donates before 3 p.m. gets free admission. After 3, a coat gets a child 12 and under in for free. And I will be there this Thursday, so feel free to come on by with your coats. Stop and say hi. If you can't make it, we're also going to be collecting coats at the Spokane Interstate Fair in September.
All right, around the nation now, President Trump held a high-stakes meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to try to bring an end to their war with Russia.
This meeting comes just a few days after the president met with Vladimir Putin to try and negotiate a ceasefire. CNN's Brian Abel has more from the White House.
We've learned that in the middle of the meeting with European leaders, President Trump paused it to head to the Oval Office and call President Putin of Russia. Then negotiations continued after that phone call in the Oval Office. And we are told that security assurances by the United States are on the table, something that the NATO Secretary General says is a breakthrough.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good
Presidents Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky together again in the Oval Office.
Thank you very much for your efforts, personal efforts to stop killings and stop this war. Thank you.
Their last contentious Oval Office face-to-face still fresh in the minds of many. This time around, their relationship appearing to now be on stronger footing as they hope to pave the path to peace in Ukraine.
Well, I know Ukrainian people. I've known many over the years. They're great people. They're smart. They're energetic. They love their country. I mean, they love their country, and we want to get this war ended.
But ahead of Monday's meeting, many of the same sticking points from the last time remained. Zelensky continuing his long insistence that an unconditional ceasefire needs to happen before negotiating a deal.
It's impossible to do this under the pressure of weapons. So it's necessary to cease fire and work quickly on a final deal.
That was also the position of the other European leaders meeting at the White House and agreed upon by Trump before he met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. But after their meeting, details emerged that Trump abandoned that stance, saying enough progress was made that they could work toward a peace deal.
I like the concept of a ceasefire for one reason, because you'd stop killing people immediately, as opposed to in 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever it takes.
All of this as the stakes remain abundantly clear. And as the UK Prime Minister was leaving the Oval Office, he was asked what was agreed upon. He said quite a lot. Also, the president posting on social media, on Truth Social, that he is working to set up a meeting between just Presidents Putin and Zelensky alone before he would join them after. The date, time, and place of that meeting is still to be determined if it's to happen. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
Well, major changes could be coming to how you vote.
The president today saying his administration is drafting an executive order to end mail-in ballots.
Because they're corrupt, and you know that we're the only country in the world, I believe, I may be wrong, but just about the only country in the world that uses them because of what's happened. Massive fraud all over the place.
This executive order would most likely face legal challenges since the Constitution gives power to the states to determine the time, places, and manner that elections are held. All right, the Eastern Washington Eagles have a big improvement opportunity in their defense.
The unit struggled at times last season, but now they have a more experienced group.
We took a trip to Cheney today to catch up with the Eags in their final week of fall camp. Take a listen to how this defensive mindset has shifted ahead of the season starting in just a couple weeks. Stay tuned.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses, and now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Joyce Beach.
Joyce is a tireless leader at the Cusick Food Pantry, guiding a team of volunteers and dedicating her own time and resources to feed people in her community.
It's good for the soul. You're doing something for somebody else and you're expecting nothing in return. Greet everybody with a smile. Glad you're here.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
Welcome to Olympus Living, where compassionate care meets vibrant living. Choose your independent lifestyle with our spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath cottages. Our tower apartments offering 1 or 2-bedroom options and lovely views. Or main floor assisted living studios for those who need more advanced care. Our retirement communities provide personalized support, beautiful surroundings, and activities that enrich our residents. We're reinventing retirement. Find out how at OlympusLivingSV.com.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. The value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. You get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Exclusive. The teenage lifeguard impaled by a beach umbrella. It just missed an artery.
It went in there and came out here.
Her remarkable recovery. Next in Sun Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
The Paradise Game is afoot.
There's $500,000 on the line.
And everyone's stepping on toes.
You make people feel comfortable, and then you slit their throat.
Jesse, is it okay if I just interrupt for a minute?
New Bachelor in Paradise tonight on ABC.
The Eastern Washington Eagles are chipping away at their final days of fall camp, and the basics are behind them. So now it's all about fine-tuning and the details. And Sydney Berger was at practice today and found out the #1 priority for the Eagles defense.
Eastern Washington's defense has had no problem breaking up passes, but head coach Aaron Best says he wants his secondary to turn those opportunities into interceptions. And he says until they can do that, it's the difference between a first-team defender and just honorable mention.
calls that honorable mentions, so we don't come down with it. That's an honorable mention right there.
It's the saying of the season for the Eagles defense. Honorable mention is cool, but you strive to be a first teamer. Coach Aaron Best says while pass breakups are cool, they need to strive for an interception.
Occasionally we'll find a first teamer. We still got too many people at honorable mention.
Of course, it's not an official ranking, but it's how Coach Best wants to set the standard, and it's created healthy competition between the safeties.
Kind of just picking on each other, you know, like if you don't go up and get it, then technically you're honorable mention, you know what I'm saying? And we're just kind of nagging at each other, and we just want what's best for everyone.
The emphasis on interceptions will hopefully improve the total takeaways for the Eagles this season, bringing down just 6 interceptions in 12 games last year. That number falling near the bottom of the pack in the Big Sky Conference.
We're getting there. We're emphasizing it, but, you know, you can emphasize something so much. I mean, you got to go out and make plays.
Eastern Washington kicks off their 2025 season with 3 straight road games, the first one against Incarnate Word on August 30th. Reporting in Cheney, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Always windy out there in Cheney. Thank you, Sydney. Former Cougar quarterback Cam Ward making a little extra noise in practice today, reportedly being involved in a huge team scuffle. Local reporters said that Ward threw a nice touchdown to wide receiver Calvin Ridley, got the offense pretty hyped up. Then Ward shoved defensive lineman Jeff Simmons and celebrated with a bit of a mic drop sign. Simmons allegedly did not take too kindly to this, shoving Ward back and involving nearly half the team. Second-year cornerback Jarvis Brownlee loved this physicality, citing this fire is what they need at QB.
When it do happens, you know, it just shows you the level of dog he got in him. You know, he ain't gonna take nothing. It shows you how much he cares about his offense, how much he cares about winning. And same goes for both sides of the ball with Jeff and him. And, you know, you get that same attitude, that same confidence, that same edge each and every day out of those two guys.
To talk about a good kind of mentality for a defensive guy to talk about his quarterback. The team regroups for a preseason finale, hosting the Minnesota Vikings in Nashville this Friday evening. Seattle Mariners were in the ringer against the Philadelphia Phillies. They just now wrapped this game up just a few minutes ago, losing 12-7. Mitch Garver and Cole Young responsible for almost all of the M's runs, and this loss drops the Mariners to 1-5 across their last 6. That's coming off a 7-game win streak. We're going to see the best of the M's, which there are still some, tonight on Nightside. And talk about Ward, though. Pretty up and down in Tennessee's win over Atlanta this weekend. Just 2 for 7 passing, no rushes, but it's preseason, so that's the good news.
Did see there were a couple of drops in there, too, so maybe
that's true.
You know,
that's true.
Didn't help either.
All right, well, we're only a few weeks away already from the start of the regular season in the NFL.
We've already seen some big hits that are once again bringing up the topic of player safety. ABC's Rhiannon Alley shows us what's being done to protect the players.
The NFL season hasn't even kicked off yet, but the injuries are already piling up across the league.
Johnson once again was the target for the Rams.
Chargers wide receiver Quentin Johnston taking a brutal hit Saturday against the Rams.
Chargers medical staff on the field here at SoFi Stadium.
Johnston laying motionless on his back as medical personnel rushed in. He was then carted off the field and taken to the hospital where he underwent x-rays and was later diagnosed with a concussion.
The way it looked there at the time, looked like it could have been a lot worse. But he was talking, he remembered the play, was moving good.
This coming after a frightening scene 2 weeks ago.
Oh, there's a big hit.
Lions safety Morris Norris making head-on contact with Falcons running back Nathan Carter. Emergency staff treating Norris for 20 minutes on the field. The game was eventually called off.
It's just an eye-opener. It hits, you know, it hits a little different, and, you know, it puts things in perspective.
These hard hits are putting player safety in the spotlight ahead of the start of the regular season. The NFL says it's doing more than ever to protect its players, rolling out new helmet models, guardian caps in practice, updated concussion protocols, banning the hip drop tackle, and revamping kickoffs to reduce high-speed collisions.
Football is a collision sport. And by the nature of that, when you have large bodies moving at high rates of speed, there are likely going to be things that you can't protect against.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Our high temperature today, 82 degrees. 84 is our average high. Sunset tonight at 7:56. Should be a pretty one. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
The hot summer savings are heating up this week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
This is your chance to get one of the best vehicles made for less.
And it's also your chance to get great lease specials on 2025 Honda Accords and 2026 Honda Passports.
And remember, this week we're offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your trade-ins.
Which makes it a perfect time to trade up to a new vehicle this week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your chance to give back. And your safety check.
Whoa.
All at an incredible value. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox.
Qualified lessees can get this 2026 Equinox all-wheel drive for around $299 a month. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Are you looking for a cool new tricked-out truck? Something lifted and loaded, perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to head on out to Cal Cars Superstores, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings.
We always have the best selection of trucks in the 509 and the 208.
Half-ton to three-quarter ton, to dualies and diesels. Nobody has a better selection at a better price than Cal. Like your deal, love your wheels. This week at Cal.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
All right, new details tonight on the cow left loose on I-90, leaving drivers in utter disbelief yesterday. According to Washington State Patrol, the trailer door just popped open and the steer fell out. I-90 had to be closed until crews were able to return it to its trailer. It's just not a sight that you see every day on the freeway, especially near downtown.
Right. And
pretty wild.
Amazing. The cow just kind of fell out, and that it did not, because cow that'll leave a mark on your vehicle.
Yeah, it sure would.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm disappointed in the lack of cow puns in that story.
That's my fault. I was the one who said no more.
I guess we'll move on and do the weather. Oy, oy, oy. 4 things to know about your weather. Warmer, sunnier weather in the forecast. It is going to be breezy on Wednesday, hot this weekend. The 90s return. We're not done with the 90s. We've had 4 days in the 90s so far this month. This is the calendar for August. All of these blue dates that you see here are below average temperatures. We've had a cool August. The gray dates are just about average. We're give or take 2 degrees. So pretty close to average in those gray dates. If we have a record, it's in red, but no records, even with the warming trend that we have. It's been pretty even-steven this summer. We average 21 days of 90-degree or higher heat. So far, we've had 16. There's 4 days in the 7-day forecast. That'll take us to 20. Our odds of getting to 90 degrees really start to drop once we get into September. Not come to an end until we're through the month of September, but we don't add too many. We average 1 90-degree day in the month of September. Again, 8 in August. We've had 4. I've got 4 more in the forecast. And then July, we averaged 9. We had 9. June, we averaged 2. We had 3, but we averaged 1 in May, and we didn't get it. So again, even Steven. Now, our extended forecast, this is the 8 to 14 day outlook. This is going out August 26th through September 1st. Does have us in this lighter orange, indicating at least a trend toward above average temperatures. And by that point, our average high is going to be in the lower 80s and even the upper 70s. I'm not going to show you the extended forecast for precipitation because it's been wrong for months. So I don't want to give you bad information. Here's some good information that we're going to see this area of low pressure pass by to our north. It's going to create some breezy conditions for Wednesday. Wind gusts 20 miles per hour. So far, no fire weather advisories or watches or warnings, but we're going to keep an eye on that just in case those winds pick up more than currently anticipated. And then the high pressure really takes over heading into the weekend here Saturday at 1 o'clock with a big old ridge of high pressure, and that is what's going to send our temperatures up into the mid-90s for Saturday and Sunday. 91 Friday and on Monday. Bright blue skies through the forecast, and again, a nice cooling breeze on Wednesday. Kirsten.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, get ready to sock and roll. The 8th annual Teen and Kid Closet Socktober Dash is back, and this year it's an 80s retro run. Participants can walk or run a 5K or a 10K on October 11th at 9 a.m., starting and finishing at Mirabeau Park in Spokane Valley. Kids pay $15, adults $30 for the 5K or $35 for the 10K. Prizes will be awarded for crazy socks. And the event also encourages donations of new socks and underwear for teen and kid closet shoppers.
I got plenty of crazy socks. I might have to take part.
You do.
All right, before we head to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Football's back, and we've got your front row seat to the action. I'm 4 News Now Sports Director Jack Wallace.
And I'm Sydney Berger. From the Palouse to the red turf to One Spokane Stadium, we're getting you ready for the best time of the year in the Inland Northwest.
Join us for our Countdown to Kickoff special as we go inside the huddle to find the stories beyond the sidelines.
Make your game plan with us before the first whistle blows.
Watch Countdown to Kickoff Sunday at 7, streaming live on KXLY Plus.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
With summer almost over and the kids soon headed back to school, now, more than ever, is the perfect time to get that new flooring or some stylish new cabinets before winter arrives. From Northwest Granite and Cabinets.
At Northwest Granite, our showroom is packed full of great ideas. From stunning granite, marble and quartz countertops, to modern-looking wall panels, and a large selection of flooring options. Northwest Granite can help you design it and install it so you can enjoy it.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Moo Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Moo Fitness.
If you're looking to add more elegance and security to your home, then check out the doors of possibilities from McVeigh Brothers. At McVeigh Brothers, they sell Therma-Tru doors with more than 300 different styles to choose from.
We're working for you. 4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, we are continuing to follow the Public Dollars for Public Benefit Ordinance in City Council. Whose jobs could be at stake and the community's reaction. That's tonight on Nightside starting at 11 o'clock.
We're warming up tomorrow, a little more than 5 degrees, a high of 88 with sunshine, mid-80s through Thursday and then into the 90s.
I have to say, I'm liking this forecast because we do know that summer's getting closer to the end. Gotta enjoy this.
Yeah.
People may complain about hot, but then when it goes away, then you complain that what happened to summer?
Yeah.
So there you go. We'll see you tonight at 11.